And I
Is
do.
everybody ready?
Wait,
I
Let's
have
do
to
it.
pee. Someone has to pee.
Oh.
Nah, we got banned.
What have you
They're fine.
25 minutes.
All right, go ahead
It's not pink.
and start.
Let's do this.
Oh,
obvious.
We're ready. Let's start it up.
Let's go. In 3, 2, 1. Straight to you guys.
Well, it should be a very interesting match. I know Indecision is all about the meme plays as well as playing somewhat normally themselves. Noble, I haven't really seen much of them play, though I have. They have been rearing to get their hands on the exhibition match, so. Ooh, first ban, Thermite coming through. Oh, well, we did. Apparently, we set it on the EU server. For the host is EU, so the ping is going to be interesting.
Is that going to be a problem?
We'll just make sure to see if we can't change it to CUS for the next one, for the next match.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, look at these bands coming in. Thermite, Jackal, and Mira.
Oh god, that ping is bad.
Yeah. It's up to the teams if they want to redo the whole setup again. We can go ahead and... Yes, that is correct. Civ makes a good point. There will be a point when we do have EU teams versus NA teams, so the ping may be difficult to narrow down.
Hey, they can get used to it now. Boom, they're already accustomed to it. There you go.
All right, Unnamed, you have it. You know more about the game than I do. Hopefully Unnamed Gamer hadn't muted himself.
I am so good at what I do.
There he is.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for the sheer embarrassment that was. Then again,
One
it would
thing,
be funny
Doug.
to have the entire game where I'm muted, wouldn't it?
I was about to say, please tell me you just haven't started casting when your mic was muted. I would have loved to see that.
I'm going to let you guys take over. You know more about the game than I do. I literally only have like 4 hours into it, enough to get to custom matches.
It's fine. Okay, it's a second floor defense, dorms, kids. I see a lack of ACOGs on the defender side. Typically not a problem, although I'd love to see attackers hold up from red. Third floor red, peeking down into kids' windows. It can be a very powerful play. I'd love to see inside the building during this prep phase.
I'm trying.
Page down, I think.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Mozzie mute combo is going to deny them a lot of droning capabilities,
5 seconds
despite
to go.
Thatcher's drone and Nomad's drone both getting
Attackers
possibly
must
into
locate
sight.
and defuse a bomb.
Not entirely sure. Okay, you're third floor now. Come on, down one more. I believe in you. There you go. Standard rotation opened up from kids to dorms. It's worth noting that that mattress is shootable. You can shoot through the mattress and kill people on the other side. So be wary when peeking from that position for anybody that's new to the game. You held up in archives. Looks to be looking down at main entrance, not into master bedroom, which is an angle that I found to be very, very nice. You catch them as they run through the door into master bedroom. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Jaeger held up in attic, looking for repel down on the kids' dorms. Hibana getting the first pick on the mute as he peeks very aggressively. They're playing rather wide in terms of the attack. You know, it's pretty common to have 2 pushing master bed and a couple at large window. But that doesn't seem to be the case. You have Nomad at large window, here all the way down in kitchen, and 3 pushing from master bed. No, that's Capital at the window to generator. He's got fire down, but no advance. Legion's holding from the door to site.
Attackers drop the bomb.
There is a prone hold. Or is that a crouch hold? It looks to be a crouch hold that Hibana can get through to plant the diffuser in generator.
Do you have any way I can go to the third person mode? First person.
Number pad 1 through 0 to get to specific people, I believe.
That's just going from.
Then I don't know. There's some key which shows you what I'm seeing here. We're new to this, guys. I apologize. This is my first time casting. This is Banana's first time spectating.
Attackers
Chat, if you have any insight, we would appreciate it.
Attackers have located a
Trying to
bomb.
look it up. Thank you, Steve. With the planting generator and Legion gets the pick from the large door, and this is the large push. Valkyrie's hit by the Nomad down. No, Jaeger's lost alive down in main lobby. It's a 2v1. Zophia's holding the main stairs approach. Nomad's just entered the building.
Attackers have recovered their
The
diffuser.
diffuser never got
15
planted.
seconds to
Never
go.
mind. I am really bad at observing. And Nomad puts Jaeger down all the way behind, covered in boom tree. That was fast. That was a really fast execute. Everything happened in the last 30 seconds, as it should. I would have loved a little bit more of map control to be taken. You know, there was a lot of drone work, but it was very objective oriented on part of the attackers. At the same time, there wasn't much roam presence from the defenders, so there wasn't that need to clear the map. Maybe that's a slight change they're going to make. They are going to basement. They are rotating their sites, as you should do. If you know, it was a pretty dominating loss on the defenders' part, so they are going to change site. They are running the Cade. Thermite is banned, so they're not going to be able to trick it from classroom wall, but Thatcher is on the board, so Cade is likely to be tricking it, or Mute may trick it from the island in Laundry, and Cade uses his electric
Attackers
on
need
the
to
rear two
locate and
hatches.
defuse
That is
bombs.
also a possibility. And everybody goes upstairs. I'm interested to see if they do blow open the classroom wall. They're using impacts to blow it open. Worthwhile? Not typical. Normally you'd have a shotgun, and he's pulled out the bailiff. You'd typically have a shotgun to blow open the 3 walls next to the hatch. The north-facing wall and the 2 east-facing walls. With the thermite on board, you would be able to blow open the
10
hatch.
seconds left
from
before
any of
insertion.
those walls, but thermite has been banned. Instead, you've got to rely on a
5
Havana or
seconds
Maverick.
remaining.
They did not bring the Maverick. So you're very reliant on the Thatcher
Attackers are moving
clearing
out to locate a bomb and
any
defuse it.
gadgets with the use of his EMPs. If Thatcher was to die very early on, then that strongly hinders the attacker's ability to take sight. And can this seems like a very strong lobby attack. There is no presence in Tall Tower. There's no defender presence in meeting room, which means they're going to have dominant control over that main lobby area. There's nobody upstairs, even though they are setting up the Nomad traps to watch for those flanks. Thatcher has EMP'd, although it looks like Cade has another Electroclaw in his pocket. No, he's used the second Electroclaw on 90. Mute, there is no mute jammer, so they are about to breach the main hatch. He has pulled his Electroclaw off 90. I don't think he has time though. No, the hatch has been breached, so all the angles are open. And again, they have 5 people on site. They have very little roam presence, which means the attackers have so much map control that they've just pinned the defenders down. All they've got to do is just pick them off achieve that man advantage and then get the diffuser
A bomb
down.
has been located.
Maestro tried to rotate up red, although backed off very, very quickly once he started to get the pressure. Capital has smoked off the rotates. This looks like it's going to be a laundry defender. They're planting on top of the washing machine. Lesion can get the feed, but he doesn't have vision. He's getting shot from the hatch. The diffuser is going to go down, and it's just a case of can they hold it? And defenders are losing manpower very, very quickly. This is 100% a defender win, an attacker win, putting them two up in the attack phase. It's very strong because Oregon is notably a very defender-sided map. That was a flawless round, very morale boosting on part of the attackers, despite the fact that the last round was a little less decisive. It was more of a rush towards the end. This was much more decisive. It was flawless. It's going to put them in a great position going into the third round. And for the third round, the defenders are going to Kitchen. Okay. Why? Kitchen is not a good site at all. The exterior access towards the site makes it very, very difficult to hold. I'm expecting someone to be up. I'm expecting the doc with the ACOG or the Goyo, who is possibly running the TCSG, up to be in Red Tower, 3rd floor or 2nd floor, to hold that external access to Kitchen.
Attackers need to locate and
But
defuse
Kitchen
as
is
many
not the
bombs
site
as
that
they
I would
can.
go to. Kitchen is your off-site. You'd want your basement or your dorms. They are far more defensible.
Bomb located by attackers.
They're fully reinforcing meeting, which makes sense. You know, it's having a very
Discover the
long
location of a bomb.
defensive position to hold can be quite difficult.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Doc has not made a move to Tall Tower yet.
5 seconds remaining.
They have fully reinforced default plant corner. Your
Attackers are
default
moving
plant
to
typically
defuse the
is
bomb.
in dining, which is your A site on top of the couch or near the couch. They're gonna have. There is no hard breacher on the attacker's side, which is worth noting. They're not going to be able to get through those reinforced walls from School Tower onto site. They're not going to be able to get through meeting into site. Their only options are to push through the small exterior door, the large door to the corridor that leads to small tower and lockers. Or, no, they've just reinforced the toilets. They've only got the doorways, so this is going to have to be very frag heavy. There's not going to be much opportunity to use strategy and map knowledge in this instance.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Okay. That was Capcom, who picked the frag all the way through dining, all the way from kitchen. That's unexpected. I would have expected that more to be a dot pick.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
How did that one happen? Oh, okay. Right. And Doc is fighting the Thatcher outside kitchen door. Again, this is where having someone up in Red Tower would be very, very powerful because you've locked down that entire site. Although it looks like they've come through Tall Tower, they've taken control of meeting, as you can see, the Nomad and Zafia. I believe that was no. Who just went upstairs? Was that Thatcher? Nobody went upstairs. I'm sure I
Attackers
heard
bomb
someone.
diffuser has
Oh,
been dropped.
was that friendly fire?
That was friendly fire.
Attackers have recovered
Wow,
the diffuser.
Noble, come on! All 4 enemies are on site. Why would you? Why? Come on, you're better than this. Where's your communications?
Attackers
Where's
have
your
dropped the
call
bomb
outs?
diffuser. Attackers recovered
Again,
the bomb
their
diffuser.
lack of hard breacher is making it very difficult to push onto site. They are choke-piled in
Capcan with a double kill.
Capcom with a double kill. That's 3 frags this round. He is down. The Doc can't get in time for the step up. Blackbeard's holding the angle through 2 doors. Rotates, but it's a 2v2. Blackbeard's
Bomb
very
diffuser
low.
has been dropped.
Blackbeard's in a 1v2 versus the Valk and the Mutant. Mutant at 4 HP. This is A very difficult instance. He's going. It looks like he's just playing for time at this point. He does need to pick up the diffuser, but both defenders are aware he is making the rotate. There are many cams that are still up, I think. I don't know. Maybe there's a spectator option. He has picked up the diffuser, but both enemies are aware of his presence, and he gets picked off deep with the SMG-11. That's a really hard shot to take. So props to Mute for that one. I question the use of the red dot, but that may just be me. I'm a hollow guy, I'll be honest. I'll only use the red dot on Frost because that's like my only option. Controls, quick, look them up. Sides have rotated. Blue is now on defense, and they are going top floor first. Defenders they've brought the Abana. They haven't exactly brought a nice way to clear the bandit wires. You're heavily reliant on the Twitch or the Buck from below. I'm expecting bandit wires on generator wall to cupboard for master bedroom. Buck could go into classroom and shotgun out the floor/ceiling to clear the bandit wires, allowing Hibana to breach. Alternatively, you get Twitch drone in sight, but that is not ideal. Ash 6-pick to IQ. This is the first time we've actually seen the 6-pick being
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And I'm not quite sure who came off. I think it was the castle going to the Frost, if I'm not mistaken. Which could be quite powerful if she stays incognito. Frost mats are a nuisance if you are not aware, so it's quite heavy on the defenders to drone out well. As to the locations of these frost mats, it's typical to have one at the large window. The other two, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be interesting to see where Lupa puts them. Again, standard reinforcements between on site. You've got your 2 generator walls, both with bandit wires, and your 2 reinforcements with rotation hole between A and B site behind the mattress. Again, worth noting that mattress is shootable. Default's cam dropping very quickly. I'm interested to see how this Lion is going to use his charges with his team. Typically, you'd use them on a very aggressive push or to take out a roamer. We do have Jaeger roaming in kitchen, which is fairly common. We tend to get people pushing from white stairs, so Jaeger could cut off that small tower approach that Buck may be taking. He could be going to the roof. IQ got on the roofs using her gadget to spot out all
Bomb located by
of the meat
attackers.
jammers, lesion mines, bandit wires. Fortunately, frost mats you can't see with IQ's gadget, so they may still hit one. I'd love for them to hit a frost mat. I don't see them often. I only ever see them on specific situations or, in specific ranks because they just don't pay attention. Again, effective drone work. They've caught the Legion, and the Legion is aware. It's almost like they pinged off the drone. Don't ping off the drone! What are you doing? You've just sacrificed such a valuable intel tool. They have taken 3rd floor control. They are sweeping from Tall Tower. They know that there's no one in Tall Tower holding kids windows. Valuable information. Looks like they're planning to push through attic. Very risky. It's very vulnerable to cross between armory and kids, or armory and master bedroom, or basically armory and site. Again, Jaeger's still in kitchen, completely unknown to the enemy. And that's 2 minutes gone of the round, and all that's happened is Legion has taken roughly 2/3 of his health as damage. But this is looking very difficult for the attackers. They're going to struggle to get into sight and achieve that manpower dominance in the next 50 seconds. Getting site control and getting the defenders down. Jaeger's slowly starting to rotate back to sight. He's in meeting. He may be able to pick off the Lion who's droning. It looks like he's heading to Red Tower for the rotate. I don't think Lion is aware. There is nothing set up to watch the rotate. Buck has gone into sight. He's hit a Guman. Mute is aware and wall bangs through the mattress. As I said, it is bangable. But he did not have the diffuser. The diffuser is still outside with Twitch, outside a large window. It's a 3v3. Again, defenders have the advantage. The attackers have 15 seconds to get on site and the diffuser down. Mute is dead, which means Twitch
10
has site
seconds
control. Does she go for the cross? No, she pushes the cross. Frost kills the Twitch. Diffuser is down, and Hibana is in a 1v2 in need of picking up the diffuser. And she dies to a pistol? No, she dies. Pistol? Pistol. Pistol kills are nice. I like pistol kills. I don't get many pistol kills, so I enjoy a good pistol fight. Unless, you know, pistol shotgun? Bailiff kills are like the best, I'm not gonna lie. If you get a kill with a bailiff, then you've instantly earned a level of reputation. Defenders are going to basement, having successfully defended top floor. Again, the attackers took way long to push site. They achieved lots of map dominance because there was a very heavy anchor, very heavy hold on the defender's part, and they achieved the map dominance, but they did not push on the enemy. It was a 5v5 up until 45 seconds left, which puts you in a very difficult position. The Jaeger was roaming but still alive. Even if they took out the Jaeger, that psychological knowledge of knowing that you have this extra man puts you up. With six picking off the Maverick onto the sledge, attacking basement of all things. This would be interesting because you're heavily reliant on the Maverick to open up your hatch. It could be that they're going for a rush of some sort, possibly through construction. It's uncommon for people to fully reinforce.
I found out! Bomb located by attackers.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What did you say?
I found out how to get to first person. You're
Yes!
welcome.
Oh, lovely, dude. Okay. Also, the BCSG, red. You know, you have an ACOG on defense. You really want to use it. What's the key, by the way?
10 seconds left.
To be honest, I was just pushing random buttons.
Think
Glad it worked.
I think it was B or C. Was it
Attackers
C?
are heading out to
No.
defuse a bomb.
So V gives you all the options that you need.
Okay. Enter. No. Probably. I don't know.
So and
They're shotgunning open red tunnel. This is interesting. Visual roaming upstairs. Bucks is sweeping the building from small tower. This can be advantageous, especially if he does pick off that visual very early. A roaming visual can be a nuisance, especially if he sits upstairs, shooting down on the enemy as they breach. Instead, he's sitting in bathroom, in the toilets. A location that's very rarely utilized and could be very effective. I personally very rarely send my drone in there, so I would most likely fall victim to the visual. Buck is wary of lockers. Visual is aware that the Buck is in the kitchen area, it looks like. However, he doesn't pick off the Buck in an attempt to shoot through the wall. Wise, remain incognito. Buck instead has posted up to classroom, opening up many angles into meeting. No, he's swapped off. I thought he gets picked off from attic. Yes, there was Jaeger is playing upstairs very heavy. He's utilizing the entirety attic, bathroom, attic, generator, master bed. I'm wondering if there's holes opened up in the floor to look down onto the hatch in case they do try some sort of breach. Doesn't look to be the case. Maverick is instead pushing quite aggressively upstairs. He took out the default, noticed he was being spotted. Is he going to aggress on the Jaeger even more? Visual has rotated upstairs through white, so Maverick is going to have a difficult time fighting against the two of them. I don't think Visual is aware that his ability negates Lion's EE1D. If he activated his ability, he could roam through that EE1D and aggress on the Maverick as he approached Master Bedroom. It appears we've stalled out. It's worth noting defenders have a manpower advantage. There's 45 seconds left into the round and there is no hard breacher. You can't open up those hatches. It takes a long time for Maverick to open up those hatches, but he is starting on main lobby hatch. He's got the electro claw, but that's useless because there isn't a Hibana. Ooh. Could get the pixel. Instead, he catches someone out by hampers. Lion is... Ooh, that was careless. Lion and Twitch sitting on main stairs, picking off
15
the
seconds to go.
Kaid as he peeks. However, they're still losing manpower as they push from red. Maestro's in cover, shooting through the reinforced wall. Instead, he goes onto his cam. Can he rely on his cam? Lion all alone, getting pushed from all directions and falls victim to the Vigil. That was difficult. Again, swapping off the Hibana onto a sledge was not the play, clearly, and this leads to Noble taking the first map. Oregon, which was their pick, they have taken with this wonderful mute elite screen to finish things off. We now move on to Chalet. Chalet was Indecision's pick. Again, I don't know why.
Let's go.
Let's go.
As
Good
well
luck.
as,
Number
as
2.
well as grenades and flashbangs and Twitch drones and EMPs and Kali LV explosives and shotguns from above. There's loads of things that can deny you from bandit tricking. I don't know why people still try to do it. We actually have a Kaid trick in defending
Shush.
Chalet.
Don't tell anybody.
Not gonna say what it is, but we have one and it's surprisingly effective. As I said, Thermite Ban coming out. It's very strongly limits your ability to attack that basement site, mostly because you can only open up a very slim hole in the external garage wall. The Thatcher ban with the Thermite ban,
Oof.
kind of unnecessary in my opinion, although Thatcher can disable the likes of yokai drones, Valk cams. You know,
Any
Thatcher is a
camera.
very strong operator nonetheless.
Getting rid of a really good roamer there.
Okay, no, this is exactly what I thought would happen. They're banning Jaeger because they're gonna, they're gonna try and bandit trick or whatever, right? That's not gonna work. Valkyrie ban.
Denying that information.
Denying that information, although Echo is still on the board. Yes, Echoes are much easier to spot in the latest patch, but Echo is still on the board and Echo is still quite potent because he can entirely save a round if his drones are alive due to his stun effect kicking you off the planting of the diffuser.
It's
Again,
very
we're
annoying.
going basement first. Not exactly what I thought. I thought they'd go kitchen first. Again, it might just be an EU thing. Basement
Yeah,
first.
it's just
with the
EU.
bandit, quite likely to trick. Again, I'm interested. Oh, he switched to the dock. He might be sixth picking onto the bandit to try and duke out the enemy. Duke out the attackers. Attackers are bringing Hibana, a buck for grenades, fuse for more grenades, as well as possibly
And you
smokes.
called it.
Again, he's sixth pick onto the bandit. Capital, the sixth pick, to counter the bandit tricking of the wall. Again, that fire, unless there is a well-placed shield on part of the Legion, who I believe is the only person that can bring a shield in this lineup.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Capital
defused by
can
attackers.
deny the bandit trick on the wall through his use of the asphyxiation bolt. I don't know if it's been the fire spread
Bomb located by attackers.
makes it possible to put down the bandit while on the wall. You die before you can put that person down.
Attackers have
It was
located a
quite
bomb.
common to have a dock and bandit played at the same time. The dock would stim up the bandit as he bandit tricks, making him survive the fire for a little bit longer. Although it wasn't a permanent thing. But again, that Jaeger ban was dominant
10 seconds
for the
left before
buck,
insertion.
because the buck is going to throw grenades through that drone hole to try and deal with that bandit.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Okay, no spawn peaks. Interesting. I'd expect a little bit more out of that meme. You have 5 people all approaching that external garage wall. You enjoying the commentary since you don't know anything about it? I do try my best to make this a rather educational experience. The bug is not heading towards the drone hole. I think they've wisened up to bandit's tricks and instead have pulled off that garage door and instead have pushed game room, possibly a red stair push. Buck being down by the Legion playing on blue stairs, 5 people in game room making a very aggressive push. Legion backed off towards the box in blue corridor, unaware that somebody is playing at the top of those blue stairs to hold a cross, fuse, possibly setting up a cluster charge to hit blue corridor. Maybe deal with the Legion. Mozzie watching that game room door super intensely. He's actually rotated to look at library. Not entirely sure why. That is a very strong pixel on part of the Legion. Banana may not agree. He got shot through it.
I love that angle. Mozzie with a strong pick off top floor. Takes out the Nomad.
I'll have you know that was the Bandit got the Nomad, no? It looks like the Bandit's MP5 on the kill feed. Buck opening up the floor of lobby, it sounds like. Yes, Bandit and Mozzie are both playing upstairs. Bandit aware that Buck was pushing up the stairs. Got lucky with the second because the Buck wasn't paying attention to the first shot being shot. The team kill! Oh, what?
Oh,
And he gets flagged from the Hibana in library. That is a crucial misplay on part of the attackers. Part of the defenders. This actually puts a heavy swing on the attackers, given that they lost 2 operators very, very early. Capitan playing in blue, not aware that the Legion is playing from box, and he gets hit by the pixel. Plus charge getting onto the site, not quite reaching blue to deal with the Legion. Second one going down. Looks like to be going onto the garage wall. Maestro taking 2 shots through the wall. Not entirely sure how. He is on 1 HP. Literal 1 HP, and he gets hit with that third cluster charge, hitting Wine Cellar. Out for the count. It is a 2v2. Defenders have opened up hatches. Cade playing deep in Wine. Legion on the roam, actually heading up towards bar, possibly for a flank. But Fuse is quite heavily playing the hatch. He's dropped the hatch and he's playing on the Cade, who's slowly right on site against the Hibana. He dies to the Fuse. Fuse has the diffuser. Fuse is putting down the diffuser while Hibana pulls out her Legion mine. Oh my god, I'm running out of breath. Diffuser is down. Legion's holding from outside site. Fuse, no, Legion. Hibana holding from behind the bomb, taking quite a bit of damage. Fuse holding the angle and goes for the wallbang, but misses his shots. Again, attackers have the man advantage. Diffuser is down. Attackers are very favoured to win this as long as they can hold their angle. Legion gets back to site. Downs the Hibana. Fuser's lost alive. He's close to Diffuser. Prone on the Diffuser, holding a pixel onto the bomb. He sees, and he gets the shot through the metal. Interesting. I'm pretty sure he shot through the metal there. Again, very, very strong play on the attack, but they only got away with that because of the team kill on part of the Mozzie. That really did not work in their favor. The Hibana just capitalized on it by killing the Mozzie as he moved into library, securing that 3v3, equalizing that manpower. They're going back to basement. R6 is a great game. I don't know. That metal frame may be penetratable. I'm not aware. I would have thought metal is not. I could be wrong. 6th pick off the Zephyr onto the Nomad. Again, Nomad very strong for the ability to lock down flanks. If not lock down flanks, then makes you aware of enemies that are flanking, because they will either shoot the air jab or they will have the audio of the air jab being the air jab loading the defender down. If you are not aware, they are making holes in that exterior wall. That is because audio audio is very unique in Siege. Okay. That's the best way I can put it. By opening up those holes, it makes it easier for Bandit to trick the walls because he has better audio as to where the Hibana charges in this case are being shot on the wall.
5 seconds to go.
Nomad, that is clumsy. You're rushing around with your drone. Again, yes, your drone's on site, I can understand that, but you're rushing around with your drone. It gets caught by the Mozzie. That Mozzie now has this intel. The Mozzie has a attacker's drone. Attacker's drones are very useful because they can roam. They are a roaming camera. Okay, it's a bit of a slow start. Legion, again, holding an angle into game room quite aggressively. Not as aggressively as I would have thought. The Legion would I would have thought the Legion would get up there faster to catch them as they open. Capital dying with the diffuser in game room. That is a very critical kill to have. Capital is your execute. He has the smokes to cover your plant. He has the fire to cover your rotates. Losing him very early on cripples your ability to execute the plant. Again, you have Mozzie playing at the top of blue stairs, Legion at the bottom of blue stairs. You know, completely ignoring the fact that the external garage wall is there. This is why it's very difficult playing with that thermite band. With Thatcher band, you can get away with it. There are certain tricks that you can play, but with that thermite band, it's very difficult because Hibana charges have a significantly longer time to explode. That is a miss. That is a very good shot on part of the Legion killing the Nomad. Very small profile through the 1x2. That's clumsy on the Legion, and more friendly fire, even though it didn't quite register between the Bandit and the Legion. Not the Legion. Who was it?
Bandit shot Legion, but it didn't go through.
Wasn't registered. Interesting. Again, Fuse died before he could set off that cluster charge, leaving many of the defenders unscathed. Hibana opening up one hatch, which leads you into that snowmobile garage. Not one of the better hatches to have. It's useful for locking down a connector rotate. Other than that, it doesn't provide you much because of the very minimal ability to maneuver around the hatch to open up those angles. And Legion, somewhat aware of someone being in or around the blue stair area. Buck is in fact in the external doorway. Legion is in a prime position to flank. There are two people. Cade picks up the buck as he drops down the stairs. Legion. Bandit coming from upstairs, if I'm mistaken. No, Bandit coming from bar alongside the Legion to finish things off. Okay, attackers are struggling. This is a very Siege is a very defensive-oriented game, but the attackers are struggling. The attackers really struggled with that one. They lost manpower very early in the form of the Capital, and it looks like they just couldn't recover from it. Finally, the defenders have won. Okay, they're taking it up to kitchen again. Your off-sites here. You have two on-sites and two off-sites on this map. Kitchen and basement are your on-sites. They're the ones that you're going to go to because they are very strong to defend. Second floor, which is master bedroom and office, and is one of your off-sites. You don't want to go there. It's very difficult to defend. If you are defending it, you want to be stacked with a lot of ACOGs. Your other off-site is bar game room. People don't like it because it's very easy to establish a crossfire between helipad and external of main lobby due to how open it is and the large soft wall that joins the two. Customary to a kitchen hold is a strong upstairs presence. If you control for attackers, controlling upstairs means that you can very easily lock down crucial anchor points on the site, like in dining room on the hatch. You will typically have someone with an ACOG on that hatch looking through the rotate that was made between A and B site in that kitchen trophy wall. Through that kitchen trophy wall, you can lock down the approach through the trophy window, as well as, with a very small amount of time, rotate to watch the west main approach, which is your west axis of the building, where you see, I believe, Buck and Fuse heading in that general direction. It looks like Fuse they are indeed trying to establish top floor control. Again, very crucial. Chalet is a map where vertical play can be very, very powerful. I find it personally, and I think many people agree with me in the fact that vertical play from top down is much easier than vertical play from below. It's just a matter of perspective. You know, you're just more used to looking down than you are looking up, I guess. They in fact have taken basement control of large garage. Very useful for position of Buck. There are certain anchor points like behind the desk in Trophy where you can just shotgun up and clear that spot out. You know, it's not common as of yet, but you see where the Doc is playing at the moment. You could just shotgun up through the ceiling and take him out of the field. Take him out. You just kill him from the game, and you have that manpower advantage, making it very, very easy to push on site. Mozzie holding a very long angle from main stairs, or library stairs as many call it, Vigil with the cross from blue stairs. This limits their attacker's ability to push from the office and bedroom onto west main stairs, which is their approach to site. However, there is no control of the hatch. Zafia is aware of somebody being on top of library stairs, and she has just made herself aware towards the defenders by shooting the default cam. Chill out on the talkie, take a breath. Probably a good idea. I feel like I'm taking a little bit too much in, like, not much going on. It's worth noting that almost 2 minutes have passed and very little has happened. You know, the attackers have established some amount of map control. It's one light, it's plus charge to clear utility if not damage the defenders. They are in fact opening up angles, but they have a minute to execute. It's a 5v5. Sophia goes down quick to the visual. Mozzie still holding that rotate onto main stairs, but she gets picked off. To a rotate from bathroom that was open. That was a very, very quick very well done to get such a slim profile green headshot. A bit of a rush into sight, not entirely sure why. Very easy to pick that kill, especially with the crossfire established between the Sophia, between the alibi and the dock. But 20 seconds left. Diffuser is on site with the Hibana. Jackal taking damage from Doc, playing by the shield. Doc low on damage, but it's a Doc. He can stim up 40 HP per charge. Jackal instead pushes and gets the kill on the Doc. It's a 2v3 upon the defenders. Echo is alive, but he can defuse. He can deny the defuse with his Echo drone. Well played, well held back, using utility and time to your advantage on part of the defenders. Again, the problem there is the attackers established map control, but very, very slowly. By the time they established map control and started to execute, they had a minute in a 5v5. Echo big. That's typically why your Echo is banned, to eliminate that possibility. One counter is, as you can see in the side switch, you are seeing an IQ being brought onto the field. An IQ can spot out pretty much any electrical device. Lesion mines, mute jammers, bandit wires, even echo drones, despite their cloaked ability. IQ is your hard counter. Alternatively, you could have brought a Thatcher, because the Thatcher EMP will not only disable the yokai, it will bring it to the floor and make it very visible with blue sparks. So it's very easy to take the yokai off the board. Cav on the reveal phase being swapped over to the Frost. Somewhat predictable, although I would have loved to see the Cav having the interrogation kick off, really spices things up. Basement defense, they are bringing the bandit. I'm not entirely sure they have very defensive. I'm not entirely sure if Tally and Wamai are actually available to play. I don't think so. Although Wamai could make this very easy, or at least easier, to bandit trick if you're denying those explosives. Still not ideal. Jaeger just outright erases the explosives from the game, whereas Wamai just relocates them.
10 seconds left.
Again, that hole being opened up through audio propagation, making it easier for the bandit to hear what's going on. The drones set up in such a way as to spawn peaks and library, the lack thereof, as well as possibly a push from large garage on the part of the Hibana. Definitely would have been... Definitely opens up possibilities, because opening up Hibana holes into the corridor wall of Wine Cellar means you can watch it all the way back in large garage. Very, very easy to... Very, very easy to put down the side, especially post-plant. Maverick being utilized very well alongside the Capital, forcing the bandit out of his position, making it very difficult for him to bandit trick. Although they are not going to breach, instead they are breaching the Wine Cellar wall. Again, this appears to be a very quick assault on part of the attackers. They're opening up all these angles very early. This crossfire being established between Wine Cellar and large garage to lock down this connect and rotate is very, very powerful. C4 being thrown out, but he's not aware that Hibana's playing all the way back in large garage. This is one of the crucial advantages of having that 2.5 times zoom of the A.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Nomad
Attackers
hitting the Guman on
recovered
main
the
stairs,
diffuser.
making all the defenders aware because you don't only get the audio cue, the Nomad, the Legion, even though on cams can see these occur, can see these disappear on his screen, making the call out for the defenders. Maverick is diffuser tricking or fake planting, where he puts the diffuser on the floor and lifts up after the audio cue. This can force defenders to peek, but again, it's not working. The defenders are peeking, the defenders are grabbing that Maverick as he's sitting behind the trash cans. Very easy to do from connector, and the attackers are just dropping like flies at this point. The defenders are hitting all their shots. It's Capital left outside the garage door. This is a 2v1 situation, definitely winnable, especially in a 1v1 where the Capital has just picked up the kill. And he finishes it off. That's a wonderful 2v1 clutch. Again, the Capital was expecting to push the rotate as opposed to the connector. The Capital, in fact, was out of utility. What he could have done is he had the option to smoke off and possibly plant. Not a very good idea, especially in a 1v1 situation where you're both aware of each other's presence. In a 2v1, it's viable because one person can cover the plant while the other plants, and at that point, you're playing the time game.
Big brain plays.
Big brain plays. Again, it's unfortunate on the Maverick's part to get a shot from connector as he's planting, but it's one of the side effects of insufficient cover on the Capital's part. If he maybe saved one of his asphyxiating bolts or smoke bolts to obscure the defender's ability, to make it difficult for the defenders to shoot that specific spot, would have been nice, would have been ideal, but apparently not the case. We are swapping from smoke to mute on a master bedroom defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Not enough ACOGs. Well, 2 ACOGs. Still not enough ACOGs. Right? You want all the ACOGs. You want your Cade, you want your Goyo, you want your Rook, because you want to be playing these windows, you want to be playing these balconies very aggressively. Because once the attackers have established the control over the balconies, it's very easy for them to push south.
Attackers have discovered the location of a
With the
bomb.
comms and the casters and seeing all the stuff, you feel like, I'm actually really enjoying. I was really nervous coming into casting for the first time.
10 seconds to go.
In fact, I'm still really nervous, but it's cool. I'm digging
5
it.
seconds left
Jackal
before
being put on the
insertion.
board. I doubt Jackal is going to be
Attackers are
of
heading
much
out to defuse
use.
a
It
bomb.
doesn't look like there's going to be much roaming involved. If you're defending top floor, you're going to be holding top floor with all 5 men. And that appears to be the case. You have... Wamai is actually being played. You've got Wamai magnets set up on windows. What it does is any explosive, or any metal, really, it's a magnet. So any explosives,
projectile.
Capital, any gridlock tracks, stingers, get caught in Wamai's trap and explode at the location of Wamai's magnet. The attackers are very quickly taking up position on the various balcony. Maverick being up and off the window, punching the window and falling victim to the Legion, not prepared for someone to be sitting in the room watching the window. So instantly the attackers are 1 man down. It's recoverable but not ideal. Capital in a very vulnerable position. If anyone was to shoot out of that window he was looking at, he would be dead. In fact, that happens. He takes a significant amount of damage. He's down to possibly 10 to 15 HP. Hibana crouch peeking the Goyo from library works effective. It is effective. You know, you'd expect people to be at head level. You know, if you get the headshot, it's an insta kill. Much easier. Back again, the angle onto the Wamai as well. Hibana dropping 2 kills so far, but it is a 2v3 situation. Well recovered, but is it enough? Mute holding hot tub, holding master bathroom window. Doesn't appear to be anyone out there, but still hold the angle. If not, establish the crossfire of the rotate through library balcony. But this is how it should be. Like you're in a 3v2, you're just holding your angles. Mute falling victim to the Capitao, who peeks him all the way from, I'm not sure where. I want to say the hallway window.
It
small
was
window.
a long angle.
It's a long angle.
It was a long
Unfortunate for the
angle.
Mute again, not having that aim to hold these long angles. Oh, Wamai coming in clutch for the Legion. Alive as Capitao shoots an asphyxiating bolt at him. It's unfortunate the Capitao missed
And the
the
diffuser
initial
has
he was
been
victim.
dropped.
Diffuser down in bathroom. Hibana is actually in bathroom. Somebody has heard the vault. I don't know if they've heard the caller, but the green mine has hit her down. And she hits the green mine the second that it's deployed, giving Legion all the info he needs, as well as slowing down the Hibana, making it a very easy cleanup, especially given that he was at full HP. Despite what I said, that was a very, very strong defense. You know, you losing that manpower so quickly in quick succession, so close to each other, it hurts. But again, it was still very, very well played on the defenders' parts. And finally, they are going to kitchen on what is hopefully a win for them. It would push overtime. If they were to lose to the attackers, then the attackers win and Team Noble have won the exhibition. We are to be playing all 3 maps nonetheless. This is, of course, for fun, for charity, and it's only an exhibition. It's not the actual tournament. So we will be going to Clubhouse after this match. It's a case of whether we push overtime or not.
I was kind of hoping that Lupa played the Amaru there.
I was kind of hoping that Lupa played the Amaru. Amaru ziplining through office window is
amazing.
It's unexpected more than anything. It's unexpected at a
Defenders,
certain
protect
point
your
through the
bombs
round
from being
while all
defused
the
by
action
attackers.
kicks off, because you don't hear it happen. You know, the zipline audio can be masked through all the gunfire and explosions. At the same time, just the rush can be. If someone's sitting behind the desk and they react the wrong way, they can be killed from being kicked in the face by the Amaru. But instead she swaps to the Twitch. Very versatile operator with the ability to destroy gadgets. On the defender's part, it doesn't do much. Wamai's magnets to aid in your
10
executes,
seconds left.
especially with the Capitao and the Jackal with their
seconds
smoke, aiding you in your plant. Alternatively, you
Attackers
could use it
objective
to
is
clear
to locate
Legion
a bomb
mines.
and
Not
defuse it.
ideal, as Legion generates them over time. It's not an all at the prep phase. The Yeet melees. Is that really what we're calling them now?
We're calling them Yeet melees from now on.
We're calling them Yeet melees. Okay. The Twitch is really there to counter the mute of all things, which is ironic because the mute counters first, and the
Are you
mute
having
can't jump
trouble there,
over.
Lupa? Are you having
Oh.
trouble?
Oh, poor you! She can't jump over the coping stones that exist in that main lobby exterior. How unfortunate. Okay, it's she can destroy the mute jammers, allowing the rest of the drones to drone outside, gather the information. At the same time, she can get
A
caught in
bomb
the
has
mute
been
jammers.
located.
This is an instance where, again, Thatcher would be better, but which has the F2? Possibly.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Nerf, because of the shift fire rate. Legion getting a quick pick onto somebody sitting outside trophy window. He's playing behind the bomb by the desk,
It
a
was
very
Lupa.
strong position. But Capitał's asphyxiating bolt is alive, sitting behind the bomb. Again, the Capitał's asphyxiating bolt spreads in a circle dynamically. So if there's a piece of cover, it will go around the cover, it won't go through the cover. Despite what it does on certain walls, which I hate. So Legion is alive, still holding that angle from behind the bomb. It suddenly is become a 2v5 with a very clean
cheeky.
shot with the
That
all
was
the way onto library
cheeky.
stairs. She isn't aware. We have wall hacks, shall we say? We have the highlights of enemies through walls. She is not aware that Wamai is sitting very close to but the Zephyr charge gets the down. How unfortunate! It was just there to open up an angle. IQ
That's
is
IQ injured.
downed, leaving Zephyr alone. She could pick up the IQ, or she could fight the Vigil. The Vigil doesn't appear to be peeking it. the Zofia picks up the kill on the Wamai who was down sitting in the breach, but it's a 3v1 at the moment.
And
The IQ
Diffuser
just
is
get picked up.
outside.
Diffuser is outside of trophy window, so they need to get out the building and grab the diffuser or get 3 very quick kills in the next 25 seconds. That could be the death of the visual. If the IQ pulls out her scanner, she knows the exact position of that visual. Although IQ is downstairs and doesn't know, Zofia drops, taking damage from the visual as he shoots. They're both aware of visual's position. Although he's down up the kills. It's a 1v3 the IQ. Much damage being applied to the Rook, but that does not secure the round. Instead, she gets wiped up very clean, courtesy of a Pokeball to the face.
Yeet!
That's okay. That Rook caught himself an IQ.
Mm-hmm.
That Rook really caught himself an IQ.
Now that's a starter Pokemon right there.
That's a starter Pokemon right there.
That is a very good starter Pokemon. What does it
Yeah,
evolve
we
to,
are
though?
now in overtime. It's worth noting that the defenders have had a very strong advantage on this map, both winning 2 out of 3 defensive rounds. Instead, in the overtime, the first defensive round is Bar Gaming Room.
Hey, they haven't been there yet.
They haven't
may-
been there yet, and what, in my
may like-
opinion, is the stronger side over Master Bedroom Office. This will be interesting. Again, 6-pick off the Maverick onto... They are not aware of what site this is only available to us. Off the Maverick onto the Nomad. No? Yes, the Nomad. Again, very powerful. The Nomad can limit the defender's abilities to run out of windows and doors, which is very
Defenders, protect
likely.
your bombs from
given
being
this
defused
site.
by attackers.
I'm expecting a number of people to be playing up very and very aggressive on those windows.
I made a Pokemon joke to my teammate. She doesn't care. I'm sad. What was the Pokemon joke? I will appreciate it for you.
Yeah, that library hatch open, offering up lines of sight onto both the window and the door. Library is a very critical spot to have. If you
Bomb
control
located by
library, then you
attackers.
control almost the entirety of your approach
10
onto that
seconds left
gaming
before insertion.
room. However,
Angle.
one awkward place for a beam. Unfortunately, he still has
Attackers
the
are
angle
heading out
onto
to
the windows. Unfortunately, the attackers, that is. Mute's shotgun is a very powerful. I like their shotgun. Especially given that they have the SMG-11, the fastest time to kill weapon in the entire game. Means that Mute and Smoke are a devastating operator to have out of sheer gun power. But that the SMG-11 is horrible at long range. The recoil is immense. I wasn't around back in the day, but apparently that had an ACOG on it, and it was a monster.
The SMG-12 sucks as well.
The SMG-12 is worse because that's a suppressor. You don't have the option for that flash either to help in reducing that recoil. The team kill! Again! What's with Noble and their team kills? Hibana killing the sledge, and then the Vigil capitalizing and taking the Hibana out as they try to push onto Master Bedroom. Vigil does have a rotate open to West Main, second floor, making it very easy for him to get the hell out of dodge. Rook taking some damage outside the game door. This is going to be a fast round.
And
No
this
matter
is where
holding
it's
to the
gone.
angle, actually sees the peak of the Rook. Rook trying to winkle peek him with no success. Nomad, you have charges. Use them. Shoot it in. Come on, knock him on his ass. I believe in you. Flashbang is coming in. Does not affect the Legion. Does not affect the Rook. Mute still holding second floor, but is aware that people are trying to push second floor, so he's not being able to hold these doors and windows to game room. Twitch pushing from the library balcony. IQ holding the cross from blue stairs. Wamai holding from blue stairs, not aware that IQ is far. IQ pre-fires, giving away a position, leaving Wamai alive. Mute dies in library some time ago, which means the attackers now have control of second floor. It's a 3v3. It's very winnable. 45 seconds. 2v3. Never mind. The defenders are dropping like flies, courtesy of the IQ shooting down the Legion from main. Nomad picked off Wamai from game room, vaulting in and cleaning up the Rook, who was already at low HP. One bullet would have cleaned him up, as you can see right there. That was an exciting round. That's one thing I will give game room. It's exciting.
That's how you play that site.
Well, for attackers, yeah. For defenders, not so much.
No.
Again, it's the problem is, again, it's there are a lot of things to watch out for. There are a lot of options for the attackers to have, especially given the entirety of main lobby, the entirety of the external, as well as top 4. We are going into round 8. Again, this is overtime. This is a best of 3 overtime, first to 5 rounds. At this point, we'll win. A Nook being brought. Okay, we're going basement. Bandit is locked in. Are there any 6 picks? I don't think so. Nook is actually getting 6 pick off onto the Hibana. Wise choice. They finally understand the power of a hard breacher. Good job, Indecision. Again, if the Hibana can't
Defenders,
breach
protect your bombs
that
from being defused by
exterior garage
attackers.
wall, she can still push from large garage off and open up wine cellar, or maybe even open up the hatches if the defenders choose to reinforce them.
Oh.
Gridlock
Yep.
being brought.
Hidden is alive.
Cover the location of a bomb.
I was just making sure Hidden hadn't lagged out or anything like that.
You know, rehearse may be necessary. Again, Gridlock being brought. Gridlock, a very powerful operator, much like Nomad, is a flank controlling operator. Her track stingers are exceptionally powerful on stairwells, given their ability to just cover, to just set up a minefield. As you walk or
5
move
seconds to
across
go.
track stingers, you take tick damage. The only way to deal with it is to destroy it.
Attackers'
Either
objective
shoot
is to
it,
defuse
punch
the
it, or
bomb.
melee it. Either way, you're making noise and making the attackers aware that you are flanking. Hibana, chill out. It's like a 3-foot drop. Come on. It looks like it is a heavy, large garage push into the wine cellar. Very little presence being applied to the external snowmobile garage wall, which means the bandit has very little to do. Legion is holding blue. Okay, one person holding blue. One person upstairs roaming is nice to lock down that main stairs, that lobby stairs approach. And the rest of the winner one. Typically, a Maestro with the 80-round mag pre-firing like hell through the softball onto the wide peeking Zephyr or Jackal, I believe. Lion playing from very deep in garage, Hibana also playing very deep, and she sees the foot of the Hibana, and the Hibana goes down. Lion is still unscathed in large garage. Gridlock's position is at the top of... they are both at West Main. They're looking to push down the stairs, possibly. Maybe push through the alley, unaware that Bandit was in kitchen killing the Gridlock, meaning it's a 1v4 situation. I'm not entirely sure if Maverick picked the kill on Mozzie. This could be an ace. The Lion does not want to face off against the Bandit. Instead, he's going to rotate for blue. He does have to face the Legion all the way down in blue, holding the pixel from the box, something that he held very successfully the first time he defended from this position. Pulse being used to give information, and the Bandit picking up the kill on the quick rotate from Bar. But it was a lose-lose situation. Oh, in fact, it was all the way from upstairs. What an angle, Looper. Well done. GG's, again, well played on both teams' part. They learned from the mistakes of last game. They've learned the values of a hard breacher. Unfortunately, that was a very decisive final round on courtesy of Team Noble. But yeah, that Lion was in a very bad position. He'd hit a goo mine. Pulse knew his position. You know, the Legion would have given the call out, so the Bandit had the rotate. The Legion had the pixel to pick him as he peeked. It wasn't a good time. Noble won the first round, didn't they? They've technically won this exhibition match. They have won 2 of the 3 maps. We are still going into the 3rd map for the sake of the 3rd map. And it is Clubhouse. It is the decider map. It looks like Indecision are attacking first in this instance, as they are the blue team. These ban phases are going to be incredibly important. I'm expecting yet another Thermite ban. Thermite is critically important attacking anywhere upstairs, as well as possibly a church push. His ability to open up the church wall is incredibly powerful. Although it wouldn't surprise me if Thermite got banned. Thatcher got banned. This is... I'm very familiar with this. This is our normal play. I like a Thatcher ban. It means I can bandit trick very, very easily, especially against the likes of a Cali who's on the board. Stop stealing our ban. Hibana ban. Hibana means... Okay, Hibana is a very important ban, especially in the instance of pushing basement. What Hibana can do is Hibana can open up all 3 hatches towards basement, the stock hatch, the bar hatch, and the kitchen hatch. In this instance, you are now left to using either a Thermite charge to open up the hatches or Maverick's torch to open up the hatches. Again, very time consuming and puts you in a very vulnerable position. Bandit being banned, meaning you can't trick the likes of CCTV wall or hot tub balcony wall, making the upstairs much more defensible. Negating the point of, oh, Cav, why? Oh, come on. Give me that
We wanted some
interrogation.
interrogations.
Oh well. Again, this is one of the more powerful maps for Cav, given the size and the amount of hiding spots that she has. You know, it's a Cav sitting in
Very
strip
smart.
club because
It's very smart.
it is a very small ban. Especially given that, not so much given that Jackal is on the board. Yes, Cav's silent step can negate Jackal's ability to track her footsteps, but still, a Cav sort of hiding out in strip club can be very powerful, especially after a certain point, because her ability to flank and cause significant damage to the enemy or pick off a lone roamer of the attacking side, get that interrogation off, it can completely change the round. It can change it from a 2v5 into a 2v2 situation. We are going to basement with an alibi to Maestro's 6th pick. Again, Indecision aren't really using that 6th pick
Attackers
all
need
that
to locate
much.
and defuse
It may
as many
even be
bombs as they
worth
can.
6th picking off something onto something else. I don't actually think that shouldn't get revealed as 6th pick. You wouldn't get revealed as 6th picks. Although it's funny when people do it. Again, Vigil, very, very powerful. There isn't an IQ on the board. There is a Lion on the board. You know, Indecision have been running Lion. So Vigil is your hard counter Lion. With his cloak activated, he is invisible to the EE1Ds. I don't know if
Discovered the location of a
Croft
bomb.
is aware of
10
this.
seconds to go.
Maestro
need to
taking
check
a
something
long
quickly.
time to
5 seconds left
set
before
up.
insertion.
I don't think he's doing weird
Attackers are
Maestro
moving to
tricks
defuse
that
the
I am
bomb.
accustomed to. I'm trying to be kind of obscure about this for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, Thermite is being bought. Thatcher was banned, which means we're reliant on the likes of Twitch or Buck's soft destruction. A basement site typically won't have much use of breach denial. Instead, you're going to be trying to pick them off before they get to site, and if they do open up hatches, you pick them off at the hatches as they drop hatches. It appears to be that they are going to be sweeping the entire building. It's a lot of people coming in, and one person does choose to go to carry.
Bazinga!
And Jaeger gets lucky. Lion's peeking it. Lion's trying to hunt him down. Lion and
Oh,
the shots, but the
Bazinga.
crossfire is established, and Jaeger is put down. One of the 2 roamers is dead. Twitch picks up the vigil. That means both roamers are dead. It's a 4v3 situation attacking defense. Thermite is in fact dead, making that's a real waste. I see, so that breach charge. Again, they are sweeping the entire building, making sure all the roamers are clear. But with the lack of the hard breach, it means you can't open up any of the hatches, which may be a little bit difficult in pushing the site, especially that position behind the generator in utility room.
Which there are many goo mines.
Okay, there are many goo mines. The longer that Legion is alive, the more goo mines he can have. I believe he gets up to 7 total goo mines dotted around the site.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Twitch died to the Legion, peeking through boxes onto blue stairs. Legion using that generator to his full advantage, using both pixels, but instead Indecision have decided to split push up and Nomad down main stairs with Lion pushing solo on blue. No, Lion on main stairs and Buck pushing solo on blue. Nomad's decided to use her breaching charges to breach over the floor, maybe open up a few angles on the Maestro, if not play that psychological game, give him more things to be worried about. But the attack seems to have stalled. It's a 3v3 with Maestro and Echo, two very strong defenders denying the plant. Maestro picks up the kill on the Lion as he peeks main stairs door to side. Nomad is in a difficult position. She has to push down main stairs. Buck does get down to blue. However, there are people close. Legion misses the pre-fight. He had the prompt from the goo mine, although Maestro is there to clean up and refrag. It's a 1v2. However, Maestro coming in clutch. How many kills was that? That was 3, I think. The Lion, no.
Looper with
Yes,
3.
3 kills. It was the Lion, the Buck, and the Nomad. Lion, Maestro cleared up that attacking round. Well done. They have decided to move off basement and instead go to CCTV. They're really showing all the different sites, and I appreciate this. Again, CCTV defense. Common practice on a CCTV defense, especially in Pro League, is to have strong presence in garage, reinforcing the garage walls, meaning you've only got to worry about 2 angles from catwalk, the garage door and the break room doorway to garage.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Castle being played. How would the castle be played? I feel like we're going to have the exterior window to B side, looking out on the balcony towards bedroom and gym. This makes it slightly more difficult for the Buck to throw grenades in to clear Vandalize. Exceptionally powerful if used in combination with Mute, because that means they can't use breaching charges to clear the castle barricade. They'd be reliant on the Twitch to destroy the Mute jammer, or Buck would have to expend one of his very valuable frag grenades, only maybe 2 on the attacking side,
5 seconds
blow
left.
open the castle barricade. It appears like we have Cade with the
Attackers are heading out to defuse the
All-A3
bomb.
instead of the TCSG with the ACOG in garage. Bold move. You'd normally have an ACOG setup. That's a Cade wire on the floor. Not quite as well as I would do it, but that's a Cade wire on the floor.
I do that.
Now, I post it so it's sideways on the stud, so that it doesn't actually stick out at the top of the floor. Because I'm sure it sticks out at the top of the floor.
No, like the tiniest bit.
Default camps being taken. The first 45 seconds of the round being spent just positioning yourselves around the map, getting onto the roof, Thermite getting onto the balcony on top of box room. He has set his breach charger. He is aware that there is a Mute. As long as he does not pull the trigger, then the Mute does not know that the exothermic is on the wall. However, how do you clear that Mute jammer? Your only option is the Twitch or Buck from below. They are very focused on that drone hole, watching for that Twitch drone to come in. The Jaeger is posted up looking at what I believe is break from me. He drops Pit, instead pushing blue. Interesting, they do manage to breach open that hatch. I think the Twitch drone might have slipped through the Legion and Mute's grasp, so they have opened up this hole, gaping hole into sight. Thermite is holding the angles into Gabby, very crucial, especially given the Cade's position. If the Cade had an ACOG, he would be much more suited to contest. That's a bit bandwave. Buck holding the rotate from Workshop and it's with a minute 10 seconds left of the round, we're starting to get a bit of action happening, you know. But the mute castle combo may prove to be incredibly powerful. That Twitch drone being picked off, that's the second Twitch drone, which means no more mute jammers can be taken easily. That is, there are plenty of breaching charges to deal with the castle barricades. However, they are exposing their feet when planting the breaching charges on the barricade, which means they could get shot and take a hefty amount of damage, or they get away scot-free. It's odd to see the fact that like still being out on that balcony. I would expect to open up that other line of sight, the two reinforced walls could be opened up. Cade drops quick to the Buck, and that's a very aggressive play from the Buck, staring down the Legion on stairs, unaware that someone is just prone on the floor. Takes a little bit of damage from the Legion, gets cleaned up by the Castle Nomad in from Garage, and that's a very, very fast cleanup. Well done to Mute, lying prone on the floor, completely immobile, making the attackers unaware that he is there. Legion picking off and pulling aggro as they came through the breach.
Lupo with the game ace.
Lupo aced?
Game ace. 5-0.
Oh.
It counts.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Mute SMG is not the play. Mute SMG is a good play. Right. Mute. The thing with Smoke is Smoke's FMG 9 isn't all that good a gun statistically. The MP5K is a pretty good gun. Like, it's got decent time to kill. It's got decent damage over range. Stuff that the FMG 9 does not have, which is why you tend to run Smoke shotgun with the SMG 11. However, Mute shotgun is also a play. I tend to only ever bring the shotgun on the Mute when, you know, you need to open up a rotate somewhere and you're not bringing the smoke. But it's
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
MP5 is definitely preferable over the SMG in terms of recoil management if you are taking on these longer range gunfights. Cade opening up the entirety of the lower half of the wall into Jim. A very powerful play. Catch. This means you don't need to hold Jim at all. You know, you can just castle off Jim window, castle off the door towards hot tub balcony wall, and you can just hold Jim through that opening in the lower half of the wall.
10 seconds to go.
Rotators open up in bathroom. Very risky if they do manage to open up that soft wall that's on the hot tub balcony. Guys, what are you doing? That's an exterior soft wall.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Hello. Yes! Come on, Cade! Good job! I hate it when people do that. It's so annoying. Despite the fact that if I had a team, I would be running a very specific strat, which would be very, very funny. It involves a clash and many ACOGs. Cade Wire is much more difficult to handle compared to a bandit, because you've got to spot out where the Cade Wire is. You can throw a grenade in to instantly deal with it, however that's what the Jaeger is for.
Yeet? No.
Yeet, and you failed.
Fail.
I am sorry, that would have been so good if you actually got that to land on the roof. There is someone playing at the top of the catwalk.
See it?
I don't know if Twitch was aware that Jaeger was up there. I saw the head of Jaeger. I don't know if the Twitch
I saw
did.
the head of Jaeger.
Even then, Jaeger is aware that he had been droned. Clearly, he's moved off position, and he's rotating to compensate. Twitch still there. Thinker has opened up the hatch into logistics. Logistics is a critical hold. You know, you don't have to hold logistics, but holding logistics, or at least having people watch logistics, denies the ability to rotate between workshop and logistics, which opens up many, many angles onto that bedroom site. Ash is prone peeking a window. Why is she holding an angle? This isn't Ash we're speaking of.
To be honest, when I saw the Ash Finker, I was just going, this round is going to be very
This is a hard rush where they're going to go to town, right? I think that castle may have put a bit of a hindrance on them, possibly. Echo crouched in showers, likely just in one of drones most of the time, as he does. He does reposition to behind the troops, a much more exposed position. However, they do not know that he's in this position.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Oh!
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
The C4 denies the plant, but it destroys the yokai, and the yokai can't actually get through the holes that were made. This is incredibly unfortunate. This, however, crumbled on the attackers quite heavily. They all tried to push through this one breach.
Oh, Looper.
Poor Twitch. Looper using all the angles at her disposal. She sees the feet moving. She just goes prone and just tickles her toes.
She won't have any toes after that, especially after those slugs.
Yeah. Don't 5-man push a single breach. Just don't. Like, you've got 5 people, okay? Have 3 people at that breach, maybe, and have 1 person in workshop watching for a cross angle, and have 1 person
be
on a
on
drone.
site or dead within 30 seconds, or she's doing it wrong. Well done, Civ. Well done.
Well said.
Ash's job here is to breach the gym, blow the Jaegers in gym, then break the castle on gym door.
That is a smart Ash. I'm sorry, but I have never met an Ash that was smart. I mean, no offense to anyone, but all I see Ash do is either die or getting sight.
Nah, mate, rush or die. Civ
Rush or
knows.
die. Anyway, Indecision with their first defensive round taking it to basement.
Okay.
Now, I've adapted to many different holes on basement. I've noticed that it looks like they're leaving tunnel soft. No! Yes, they're leaving tunnel soft. Are the attackers going to utilize this? The tunnel is typically a very, very risky push to make. It's
10 seconds to insertion.
It's normally like you have someone sit in tunnel,
5 seconds
playing
remaining.
late, holding for a cross, possibly the rotate in from blue. You don't
Attackers
typically get a
objective is to
hard
locate a
push
bomb and
from
defuse it.
tunnel. But it being soft is offering up that possibility, making it very easy for the attackers to put themselves in that position. The attackers are bringing themselves as Jackal to deal with any potential roamers that there are. There be none. Instead, they're going a very shallow roam, shall I say. Ooh. Maverick, they've taken stock. Okay, so that Goyo shield sitting in front of the door. That's an interesting choice. You're not in a position to actually blow up that Goyo shield, unfortunately. Goyo roaming. Goyo roaming top floor is actually
Attackers
quite
dropped the
powerful.
diffuser.
Is if not
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
if not for just time, just the utility drain that Goyo brings. Because if you think about it, okay, it's what I would normally see is you bring Goyo, you bring in other shields, you're bringing a Maestro, you're bringing bulletproof cams. You know, there's such a drain on damaging, you know, frag grenades, the fear charges, all this various utility that they can't use to kill you. Maverick hole to open up the tunnel. Very, very smart. You're not using this.
That's
massive
very
amount of-
efficient.
Also very efficient, but you're not making all this noise in
Big
blowing
boom plates.
open or shotgunning, which means it's a very stealthy approach. They're not going to be aware of it. That drone may be a slight giveaway if they do notice the drone coming in from tunnel, but that's not the case, I don't think. Mute holding an angle that I haven't seen anyone
The
hold,
attackers' bomb
actually.
diffuser
Again,
has
they
been
are
dropped.
aware of people in tunnel. They are holding that door.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
And it's a slow push, and they've shot the
Attackers
Jaeger,
have located a bomb.
they've shot the mute jammer, they've shot the drone. So they're both aware of everyone's presence, and the Maverick fails the peak. There was a bit of a crossfire established between the Jaeger and the Valkyrie, the Legion. Jaeger falls victim to Thermite playing up above. Ooh.
Oh, no, it
Oh,
wasn't even good.
okay. No, Nomad picking off the Goyo. Good job. Jackal
Ooh, what?
turtle planting in the tunnel?
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay, neither did I, but he is dead. Good
I
job,
am
Leisure, for
using-
picking up on that one. That's a new one to me.
I am using that.
I am using that too. Again, Thermite looking for behind the weapon rack, the Legion holding that position, Nomad hitting a goo mine.
That's
Now
a
fully
Goyo
aware that
shield
is a
as well.
Goyo shield in the doorway. If
Blow
that
it.
pops, he is late, he's a tiny bit late.
Oh, he got it as well.
The explosion must have done a lot of damage. The Thermite has dropped flame behind the bomb. Legion's rotated to box close to reinforced wall. Goo man is thrown out. It's a 1v1. And Legion's taking a fight, and Legion lands the headshot. Well, what I wouldn't exactly call that clutch, although I think it was a 2v1 situation. So well done. Using the utility that's on the board, that Goyo shield that has been sitting there from the start of the round to finish off that Nomad, and then using your goo mine as a bait on the Thermite, possibly, not entirely sure, but just winning the gunfight is enough.
Can we make BattlEye the player of the match? I see him going
We-
wild every now and again.
I'm happy to make BattlEye MVP. I like
Yep.
BattlEye. BattlEye's good. They are now taking going up to gym. In case you were not aware, Clubhouse is a fairly defender-sided map, so much so that the defenders have so far won every single defensive round. Which actually puts Indecision in a very difficult position because they need to win the next two defenses to hit overtime, otherwise they have no chance of winning.
Defenders, protect
Sixth
your
pick
bombs
from the
from being
nuke onto
defused by
the
attackers.
dock, a very questionable operator depending on how you use it. Typically when I see dock, they are often a die immediately, making zero use of their utility whatsoever. It's worth noting that dock's medical things heal
Attackers
you
have discovered
40
the
HP,
location
or
of a
if you
bomb.
are down but not out, heals you 75 HP. A smart player would actually injure a teammate who is below 20 HP, which is the default pickup. Or sorry, no,
10
who
seconds
is
to go.
below 75 HP. Let's be honest, 75? No,
5 seconds left before insertion.
let's call it 35 because 40 off a basic stim takes you up
Attackers
to
are heading
70. If
out
they're
to
below
defuse a
30
bomb.
HP, then you down them and you then they're up to 75 HP. You know, you've got 3 HP out of them.
Come on, Fudge. I
Come on,
believe in
Fudge,
you.
come on, do it, do it. No brain Ashmain, let's go.
Aw.
Oh, sad.
Oh,
No! Oh, you
Jordan.
failed.
Ugh.
Vigil playing in Garage, that's actually very useful information to have. Vigil just sitting at 90. I'm not
Fun
sure
fact,
if
you can
Ash has
plant-
actually got vision of it. He's sitting
Ninja
directly in front
taking
of
out
that drone.
Legion.
Wow. Okay, that was a quick pick. Again, it's a bedroom defense. Why Legion is playing out in stockroom, I am not sure. Vigil playing in Garage makes sense because it's a Vigil. He's wasting time. That's the whole point of him. Waste time, and you know, if you trade 1-for-1, then you've done your job.
Don't worry.
Was CCTV reinforced? CCTV was reinforced.
Season TV was reinforced.
So that's both balconies opened up. That thermite on the CCTV may be a little bit late. That might have been something to get open nice and early. Simple reason being it lets you get on. Instead, you're opening it up a minute into the round. So Vigil has had this time to just drain away from the attackers. Although he has many angles opened up. The Buck kills him, but the Vigil trades him out from the bottom of Cash Stairs, I believe. No, from Workshop, actually. I'm getting my clothes confused. Ash pouch peeks, running in, wide peeking, and instead takes some damage. C4 being thrown, but wasted as Buck shoots down the skies. It's a 2v4. Maverick dying carelessly as he peeks as he runs into sight. Putting it down to a 2v3. Valk really coming in clutch here. We've got 2 people pushing from Workshop and 1 at Gym window. Interesting to see how they're going to hold it. It looks like Valkyrie is just sitting behind the table. Picks off the threat that comes in. ADS is eating up those flashbangs like nobody's business. Valkyrie firing carelessly. Again, that might just vaults in the window and gets the kill. Where is Jaeger in all of this? He is down in bar. Why are you there? I think he was trying to go for the rotate, but you're in the 2v5. You can't leave that one person on site to face off 3 people. Yeah, if it was a 3v3, 2 people on site and you go for the rotate, that's fair, but you're leaving Valk to solo hold. You've now got to fight a 1v3 and defuse, you know where the Ash is? Sitting hard left of doorway to main stairs, you've got... Oh, do it. Dead. No! Okay, Ash, really? It took you that long? Hiding in the body of your comrade? Okay, you missed the first few shots. I'll give you that. But GG's, well done, Noble, for a very
3-0
fast
victory.
game. Again, it's not 3-0, it's a 4-1, okay?
I mean, 3-1,
Looper-
3-0 maps.
Yeah. Again, Looper, very... I'd be tempted to put Looper as the MVP. Many clutches, especially that Maestro... What was it, 2v3?
2v3. Turned into a 1v3
guys.
in the end.
All
GG.
right. Should we bring
yeah,
in? Should we bring in the leader for Noble Lupa and see if she wants to chat for a bit and tell us how she thought it went?
Very good games, guys.
We can...
Yeah, you're nuts. Nice job. GG.
All right, we'll go ahead and leave the match here so that way we're not dealing with match chat. We'll bring in Miss Lupa. Move to commentator voice. Hello, Miss Lupa.
Oh, hello. Hello, sorry, I was saying goodbye to my team.
Oh, I apologize.
We figured we'd bring you in and see if you wanted to let us know how you thought the match went.
I mean, yeah, I think it went well. They definitely had us a couple of times on Chalet. It was a lot of fun getting to play some maps that we don't typically get to with our comp play. So
Yeah, I know that Unnamed there had made some comments about the map choice previously, about how he thought there were some interesting maps selected.
oh man, so one of our main roster players, Hidden, is absolutely in love with the map Chalet, and so when I saw that in the rotation, I was like, I got this, just for you. We'll play Chalet.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Well done on the victory on all 3 maps, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Very
it
well
was
played.
it was fun.
And popping off at the last.
Congratulations on the 2v3 Maestro clutch. popping 3 heads. Well done.
I like to play Maestro, so
How do you feel about him losing his ACOG though?
I mean, I think some of the changes that they made are a little silly. Like Jaeger getting a DPS nerf is sad, considering it's one of the only guns that can compete with the attackers. But
Yep.
the Alda losing an ACOG, I can see them taking it away, and I can see them completely taking that back because I know a lot of the community is not going to be too happy about it. But Ubisoft does what they want, so.
Oh yes, they do.
You say that. Boss G ACOG.
Yeah, I mean, the Boss G ACOG is nice, and then if they're gonna leave it on Cage Shotgun, then I don't see why the Alda needs it taken away.
all right. Well, thank you so much, Lupa, for joining us. I'll let you hop back to your team if you want to continue talking to them. Thank you. Congratulations on the exhibition match victory. Hopefully we'll get things more ironed out here as we move in to get ready for the tournament.
Thank you so much, guys. I can't wait for February 1st.
Awesome. All right.
GG's.
We're going to go ahead and bring in Abaddon if he wants to chat with us here real quick. Hello, Abaddon.
Oh, hello.
We're moving you in. We're chatting with the leaders of each team and asking how you think it went. Exhibition match against Noble. You guys put a hard fight on that second map there.
Yeah, no, Chalet is one of our better maps. They took away our best map, and it was very hurtful.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's Cafe that you were kind of hoping for, right?
Correct.
Right on. Awesome. Well, we just wanted to say, obviously, you guys did a great job. A little bit outplayed. Anything that you'd change moving forward as we moved into the tournament here for February?
I have a few things that I know I need to run my guys through now. We need to work on clearing our comms a lot better. It was really rough through there. It was a lot of hard of hearing getting us killed. So that's like the big thing.
All right, absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us, Abaddon. I'll let you go back to your team here. We're going to go ahead and get ready to end the stream. I want to give a big shout out to TheUnnamedGamer, and Darkbananaa as well for commentating and spectating and helping us get it off the floor here. We got some things ironed out in our technical difficulty stream here. Getting ready as we move forward into February for the charity tournament. As always, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here. We got some things to iron out on our side. We appreciate it. Stay tuned. February 1st is going to be the first round of the bracket. We'll put out info on Twitter to let you know exactly what that bracket is once we get it ironed out with the teams and the times and everything. Once again, everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you in February.
Peace.